Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. How y'all doing? Last week I didn't do the letters page because I had a special thing to celebrate, but this week the combination of Captain Cosmic and somebody from Dark Watch gives me the ability to do something interesting. I've got two variants here. We've got Game Master Captain Cosmic and Murder Hobo Expatriate, which I just need to stop for a second, and whoever came up with the phrase Murder Hobo, that's like the funniest thing I've ever heard. But you might notice the images on these are not quite Expatriate and Captain Cosmic. These images were made by Bicesio, and this is actual art by Adam Rabitaro of him and his wife as Captain Cosmic and Expatriate, and they made themselves variant cards, so we're going to find out what those do. Our actual action today is Odyssey Station, another environment by D. Smale. He's the guy who made Crystal Vault Caverns and a couple of others. This is a really neat deck, although it has one card that I do not like, and that comes up, I'll talk about it. The scenario text goes, Odyssey was launched as a beacon of cooperation between nations, a stepping stone into deep space for tomorrow's explorers. However, before its first orbit had been completed, Odyssey was hijacked by one of the multiverse's most notorious villains. Its skeleton crew jettisoned and the world threatened with mass carnage as the station was driven into a decaying orbit. Can you stop this villainous plot in time? Armed with hacker keys to regain control of the station, you rocket into space to save Odyssey. But what chance do you have when every module is locked, every system malfunctioning, every robot running amok, and the station itself is bent on killing you? So here's how it works. On the environment's first turn, so there's no actual setup like some of his other ones. Search the deck for one locked module, one malfunctioning system, and one rogue robot card and put them into place simultaneously. Okay, nothing happens simultaneously. It doesn't matter what order they go in to play in, and it says search the deck, which makes it sound like you can just pick which ones you want, but we're going to go ahead and pick, the first one that comes up randomly. Only the access denied text is active at this stage. Shuffle the other cards back into the deck, proceed to the end of turn phase. So the first turn, get 3 cards out, and it goes immediately to the end of turn. Heroes do not actually damage the environment deck. Now, this is what the rules say. I'm going to be running it slightly more sensibly because otherwise this is not going to work. Instead, their attacks represent use of hacker keys to regain control of the station and its systems. Environment target's HP represents the degree of control over the card between villains, access denied, and the heroes, access granted. As environment targets lose HP, points shift from the denied to the granted stack. If all of a target's HP move to the granted stack, the heroes take control of the card and its access granted effects replace its access denied effects. Villain damage to environment cards likewise moves HP between stacks, but in reverse from granted to denied. Certain environment cards will also move HP between stacks. So basically what we're going to be doing is, these are all targets. Heroes deal damage to them as normal, and the villain heals it when he would deal damage. Once all the HP have been moved to the access granted stack, remove them from the game as the heroes have gained control of the card and it can no longer be healed to move HP back to the access denied stack. So once you destroy, quote-unquote, a target, it actually just stops being a target. Now that being said, we are fighting Swarm Eater, and this is going to be a weird interaction that I didn't plan for because he's big on attacking environment cards and eating them. He's not going to be able to eat anything, but he'll at least be dealing damage. The last time I played this, the villain didn't damage the environment at all, so it was like, we can just take over whatever we want. Rounding out the team, we have First Response Cypher, who is Swarm Eater's nemesis, I should mention, and Brock Samson Combat Instincts. Delphophage has been throwing out variants for pretty much all of his Venture Brothers characters, and figured it's time to start looking at them. We'll get into what everyone does on their turn. To start us off, Swarm Eater says at the start of the game, put Swarm Eater's villain character card into play, Power Hungry side up. Reveal cards on the top of the villain deck until 3 targets, 2 trait cards, and single minor pursuit are revealed, put them into play, and shuffle the rest of the revealed cards back into the villain deck. If you've never played Swarm Eater before, he's a fairly rough fight, and his big thing is eating targets and powering himself up. Here's how he does that. The first trait is Absorb Nanites. This card and cards beneath it are indestructible. Whenever Swarm Eater destroys a villain target, put it beneath this card, so he's going to be attacking his own targets. Activate the absorbed text of all cards beneath this one, and I'll just take and put them next to it so we can actually see what the text is. Ignore all other game text on those cards. The other trait is Converted Biomass. Whenever Swarm Eater destroys an environment target, put it beneath this card. Cards beneath this one have no game text. At the end of the villain turn, Swarm Eater regains X times 2 HP, where X is the number of cards beneath this one, so he's not going to be having anything below there unless he has flat, kill a target and put it under here effects. Single Minded Pursuit is an ongoing. Play this next to the target with the lowest HP other than Swarm Eater. That target next to this card is pursued. Increase damage dealt by Swarm Eater by 2. If the pursued target leaves play, destroy this card. So that is going next to the Lasher Aug. The 3 targets that we got: Fire Aug, Nano Mutant. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the second highest HP 3 fire damage, and each player must discard a card. Its absorb text is: at the start of the villain turn, 2 players must discard a card. Lasher Aug, which is the one single-minded pursuit is next to. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the highest HP 4 projectile damage and destroys 2 hero ongoing or equipment cards. Its absorb text is: at the start of the villain turn, destroy a hero ongoing or equipment card. And Stalker Aug. I think these are the 3 strongest Augs, and I've got them all right at the start. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals each hero target except the hero with the lowest HP. Interesting, except the hero with the lowest HP, 2 irreducible energy damage. The absorb text is: at the end of the villain turn, Swarm Eater deals each other target 1 irreducible energy damage. So all really nasty, we have to kill them before Swarm Eater can. So he gets +2 damage right now. If single-minded pursuit leaves play, so if the Lasher Aug is destroyed, flip Swarm Eater's villain character card. Start of the villain turn, Swarm Eater deals the pursued target 3 psychic damage. Whenever pursued hero deals damage to a target other than Swarm Eater, you may move single-minded pursuit next to that target. And I think that's it. Let's go ahead and start the pain. Start of the villain turn, he hits the Lasher Aug for 5. He gets a Speed Aug, which is a Nano Mutant. He has no end of turn effects. So, second highest takes 3. That would be Brock. Each player must discard a card. The highest for 4, that's Expatriate. Nothing to destroy. It's everyone except Cypher for 2. And the Speed Aug says increase damage dealt by villain targets by 1, so let's just go ahead and increase all that damage. Oof. So yeah, we've got a lot of targets that we need to deal with pretty much right now, but the trick with Swarm Eater is to not focus on the target so much that you forget about him. So, that being said, Captain Cosmic is going to start with a Harsh Offense. 4 damage. Go ahead and hit the Speed Aug. His power is Game Master. Return any number of constructs to your hand. You may play up to X constructs from your hand, where X is the number of constructs returned to your hand this way, +1. Unfortunately, I discarded the 1 construct he had, so he is skipping his power. Oh well. I'll start with Neural Interface. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and use that power. It's basically draw 2 cards, discard a card. And he draws a card. Assault Rifle. So I'm going to go ahead and use Murder Hobo. Search your deck or trash for Pride or Prejudice, put it into play. If you search your deck, shuffle it, you may use a power now. So basically free play, and then I get to use the Assault Rifle, which I will go ahead and do. Hit the Speed Aug and the other 2, because otherwise he's going to kill and eat the Lasher off. Brock will play Homicidal Determination. Whenever you discard a card, Brock Samson gains an HP. When he would drop to 0 or fewer HP, he's restored to 4 HP, then destroys this card. His power, Combat Instincts. Draw or discard a card. If you discard a card, play a 1-shot. You know what? Let's discard a card. Deals 1, and then we'll play Interrogation. Destroy a target with 3 or fewer HP. Take out the Speed Aug. There goes the extra +1. It was destroyed this way, just draw 2 cards, so he draws 3. Nice. Start of the Odyssey's turn. We need 1 of each type of card. So our security bot is a rogue robot. So it says restore 5 HP to 1 sealed module denied stack. I think that's supposed to be when it comes into play. All uncontrolled sealed modules are immune to damage, so we need to take this out before we can get rid of the sealed module. Start of the environment turn, this card deals 3 energy damage to the highest HP hero target. We gain access to it. I'll talk about what it does then. Cryo Chamber is our system malfunction. Hero with the lowest HP may not take any actions. Okay, this is the card that I was talking about. That's a bad card because number 1, I don't know what that means. Does it mean they have to skip their turn constantly? Does it mean they can't play cards? Does it mean they can't draw cards? Does it mean they can't use powers? Doesn't explain it. And from what it sounds like you can't do anything, which is bad because, I'm sitting here playing 4 heroes, so it doesn't really matter to me if Cypher can't do anything. But if I'm in a game with 4 people and I'm playing Cypher, suddenly I can't do anything until this card is gotten rid of. So I'm going to play it as the hero with the lowest HP may not play cards. But because Cypher and Brock are tied, we can probably cheese that. At the start of the environment turn, all heroes take 1 cold damage. Our sealed module is Mess Hall. Each time a hero draws a card, they deal themselves 1 melee damage. So the sealed module is immune to damage, so we have to take out the cryo chamber and the robot. And it's very much worth our time to do so, because the granted access text is really cool, and it sticks around until something destroys the environment. Start of Swarm Eater's turn, he hits the Lasher Aug for 5, and he plays a card. All the Screams. Swarm Eater deals the 4 non-character targets the lowest HP, 4 irreducible projectile damage each. Okay, unfortunately that means he's going to kill the Lasher Aug. Put that there, it has been absorbed. On the upside, other 3 are Environment, which this one's immune to damage. That one's at max HP, so he can't heal it. And actually, the robot ties with this guy, so we'll just go ahead and have him hit that. That'll help out a bit. Swarm Eater deals the hero target with the highest HP 6 melee damage. First of all, we have to destroy single-minded pursuit, which means he flips and loses his damage increase. So, assimilating Nanoswarm. At the start of the villain turn, Swarm Eater deals the target other than itself with the lowest HP 2 melee damage. Whenever single-minded pursuit enters play, flip Swarm Eater's villain character card. Whenever a villain card is played, Swarm Eater deals the non-hero target other than itself with the lowest HP 3 melee damage. So he actually only hits Expatriate for 4, and I think this one was actually decreased by 2. He's still the lowest though, she can't play cards. Okay, so he's still doing stuff at the start. End of turn. Destroy a hero ongoing or equipment card. We will drop Prejudice because we can get it back for free. Second highest takes 3 fire damage. That is Brock. Then everybody discard a card. Sucks. Brock heals 1. And that hits everybody except Expatriate for 2. Means now Brock is the lowest. Cannot play cards. Okay, weird crap happening. So yeah, this is a weird environment to play Swarm Eater in because he's going to be going after the environment a lot and he can't do anything to it. I will play Destructive Response, and then I'll use his power to play Dynamic Siphon. So I'm going to put that on Expatriate. Okay, well now Swarm Eater's going to be going after the constructs, so there's that as well. Draws a card and hits himself for 1. Initiated upgrade. Time to get those Augs out. Dermal Aug, and I'm going to put that on Cypher himself, as if Swarm Eater hits him, he'll be taking extra damage. Draw a card. He deals himself no melee damage. Cool. I feel like I should use Fusion Cannon. He deals a target X energy damage, where X is the number of augments in play. He could hit Swarm Eater for 2, or he could hit something else for 1. You know what? I'm going to hit the Siphon for 1, so she gets Prejudice out of her trash, puts it into play, and she can use a power to do 2 to him, and 2 to that guy, and 2 that. Okay. Hair Trigger Reflexes. Search for Pride, and we'll just go ahead and do pretty much the exact same thing. Draw a card, and she hits herself for 1. Now she's tied with Brock, so, oh, he's not the lowest HP. He can play cards. I'm going to play Creative Violence. Discard up to 3 cards. I'll discard 1. Brock Samson deals a target X plus 1 melee damage, and that target deals itself X psychic damage. X is the number of cards discarded. I'm going to take out, or take control of, the Cryo Chamber. So, it says destroy X non-character villain targets, where X is the number of controlled system malfunction cards. Destroy this card. So, we can just destroy the Stalker Aug. Just gone, because that's the only system malfunction. But then that's destroyed, and it goes away, and that was pretty damn cool, honestly. By dumping his hand, Brock killed a target with 14 HP. A little overpowered. And then he will draw a card and draw a card, and we're not dealing ourselves damage anymore. Or actually, no, we are. So he deals himself 2 damage. Oh, but he healed 1. Okay, start of the environment. Turn this card deals 3 energy damage to the hero target with the highest HP. That is Cypher, who takes 2. Medical Bot, Rogue Robot, Hair Trigger Reflexes for 1. All hero targets heal at -1 HP, all villain targets heal at +1 HP. That's interesting, because it means Swarm Eater is actually going to start healing, because normally he would be healing 0. Alright, start of the villain turn, he deals the target other than himself, the lowest HP, 2 melee damage. We'll make that the Dynamic Siphon, which means she can use a power, Swarm Eater, and I don't want to hit the Stalker Aug. Let's hit 2 robots. Plays a card. So whenever a villain card is played, Swarm Eater deals the non-hero target other than itself with the lowest HP 3 melee damage. We'll make that the robot over here. So he heals it. Updated priority is search the villain deck and trash for a single-minded pursuit. Put it into play. If you search the deck, shuffle it, play the top card of the villain deck. Target with the lowest HP other than Swarm Eater. Okay, so that goes next to the Dynamic Siphon. And he gets his +2 and he flips. Top card of the villain deck. Nanite Corruption. Reveal cards on the top of the villain deck until 3 targets are revealed. Put those cards into play, discard the rest. Oof. Swarm Eater deals the 4 targets other than itself with the lowest HP 4 projectile damage each. So we can manipulate this because he's going to eat 2 of those guys if we aren't careful. So he'll take out the Dynamic Siphon, which means Captain Cosmic can hit 3 things for 1 each. Robot and him. Single-minded pursuit goes away. He flips. He loses his damage increase. So now he's hitting the robot and the 2 Augs. Okay, and he's just hitting them for 2. End of the villain turn. Destroy an ongoing or equipment card. Refire to the second highest, which is Cypher. Oh, right, and I said Swarm Eater heals 1. Everybody discard a card. Cosmic is out of cards. Brock does not heal because of the environment thing. So we got 3 new Augs. Venom Aug, which I was wrong. This is one of his hardest ones. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the highest HP or projectile damage. Any target dealt damage this way deals itself 1 toxic damage. So he hits Captain Cosmic for 5 total. Absorb text is whenever Swarm Eater deals damage to another target, that target deals itself 1 toxic damage. Blade Aug. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the highest HP 2 lightning damage. Patriot. Oh yeah, and I want a hair trigger the 2 that aren't real easy to eat. And Subterran Aug. At the start of the villain turn, put a random target from the villain trash into play. Absorb text is the first time Swarm Eater would be dealt damage each turn, reduce that damage by 1. Alright, Captain Cosmic can't play cards, and his power is playing cards, so he's going to skip and draw 2. Time for another Aug. The Muscle Aug on Expatriate, give her a +1 damage. He draws a card. I'm going to use Fusion Cannon and do 3 damage to Swarm Eater. That's kind of his thing now. Alright, I would play that reload, but there's no actual reason to do so. Because, got the +1 damage, so I'll use Murder Hobo, Search for Pride, and then use the Assault Rifle to take out these 2 Augs. Or he can, and also gain control of the medical robot. At the end of the environment turn, 1 hero regains 3 hit points. That sounds great. Draw a card. Brock gets a Bowie Knife. I think he will just go ahead and use that to hit Swarm Eater for 3. You need to do 3 melee damage or 5 projectile and destroy it. Alright, that hits the highest for 3, that's Brock. Power Room, Sealed Module. Each time a hero uses a power, this card deals them 1 energy damage. At the start of the environment turn, restore 4 HP to all Rogue Robot denied stacks. So we need to get rid of that robot real quick. Oh, they're still dealing themselves damage, shoot. She can hair trigger that for 2. Nice. 1 hero regains 3 HP, that'll be Brock Sampson. Okay, so now we're taking damage for drawing cards and using powers, and we have to get rid of the robot before we can damage either of those. Okay, Swarm Eater. It's the lowest for 2. We'll say it's the sealed room, and he can't hurt it. Now he hits the lowest for 3. It's the sealed room, you can't hurt it. All the screens deals the 4 non-character targets the lowest HP, 4 irreducible projectile damage each. That is this AUG and the environment targets, which means he heals the security bot back to full. Does the hero target the highest HP, 4 melee damage? That will be Brock. Okay, destroy an ongoing or equipment card. It's always going to be Pride or Prejudice, because she can always get them back. It's the highest for 4, and then 1, or 3 and nothing. Random target from the villain trash into play. Oh yeah, that would have actually changed that card play. The Speed AUG would have taken 4 damage, instead of the robot. Yes. I think that's it. This is getting confusing. Energy Bracer on Brock. Won't last long, but it's something. And then he'll play an augmented ally on Cypher, I guess. Draw a card. Oh boy, that's useful. Backup plan, always a good idea. 3 damage to Swarm Eater. Card. Alright, let's go ahead and reload. Hollow points on the assault rifle, so she's doing 5 damage to 3 targets. She will take out these 2 Augs and hit this for 5. And draw a card. Oh, I might as well play that. You know what? He can toss the Bowie Knife and take out that robot. Draw a card. So, we gain control of the security bot. Increase damage dealt to environment cards by 1. Oh, that's helpful. That's very helpful. But see, it also doesn't quite make sense with the way the setup card is written, because we're not actually dealing damage, but, you know, whatever. In the environment turn, this card does 3 energy damage to the highest HP villain target. Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be handy. Okay, all the rogue robots have been taken control of, so that sealed module doesn't do nothing. We get another sealed module, security station. Let's go ahead and just hair trigger that for 2. Start of the environment turn, this card does 1 energy damage to all hero targets, restore 5 HP to all sealed modules denied stacks. So if we can quickly gain control of the other 2, we won't have to worry about that. So that hits Swarm Eater for 3, and he deals himself 1 melee, except it soaks. 1 hero regains 3 HP, that'll be Brock. Oh yeah, and they were taking 1 damage from their powers. He soaked it. She took 2. He soaked it. Alright, this is a weird and confusing game. Card. Insatiable Charge. Swarm Eater deals each other target 2 melee damage. Okay. For each target destroyed by Swarm Eater this way, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card. So, don't lose anything, but there you go. Alright, and he's hitting the lowest for 2. That would have been actually this. So, I take it back. He destroys the augmented ally, which means Captain Cosmic can do a little bit of damage. And actually, the only thing he can hit is that, and Swarm Eater. The rest of it gets healed off. And then entered play, so he took out that. I don't know if I did that right. I don't care. This is confusing. And then he destroys Prejudice. We can easily soak 2 destruction around. And then that guy does 3 and nothing. Alright, Captain Cosmic has to skip and draw 2 again. Yeah, and he hits himself for 2. We need to gain control of that. Oh, I forgot to backup plan. I'll just say I did that, and everybody heals 2 if they're next to an augment. Backup plan again. 3 damage to the sealed module. It's actually taken 1. Oof. Draw a card. Wrong. Neither of those is actually helpful, so we'll just go ahead and search for that. Let's see. He didn't use his power, so she takes 1 from the environment. Then she uses another power, which means she takes another 1. But she's doing 3 damage to this sealed module. In the environment turn, each player may draw a card. Okay, this will help a lot. 3 to that one. That might not actually do anything. And 3 to Swarm Eater. I need to deal him damage. Draw a card. We're no longer taking damage for drawing cards. That's amazing. Bowie Knife. I think I'll use OSI training. Brock Sampson deals a target 2 melee damage. If you have less than 4 cards, draw a card. And Swarm Eater. Draw 2. But that's the neat thing about this environment, is it starts off very heavily in favor of the villain and the environment and against the heroes, and then as you take control of stuff, it slowly turns, so it's a freedom tower you have to work at. 4 HP to all rogue denied stacks, restore 5 HP to all sealed module denied stacks. Okay, so the 2 modules heal back to full. That's fine. Air scrubbers, system malfunction. Okay, so the funny thing is, we have +1 damage to environment targets, and +1 damage from expatriate, so she immediately takes control of this. It would have been at the start of the environment turn, all hero targets take 1 toxic damage. Instead, it's at the end of the environment turn, 1 hero may use a power. That's really, wow, that's really cool. So, there's 3 energy damage to Swarm Eater. Each player may draw a card, and we don't take any damage for it. And 1 hero may use a power. I think we'll go ahead and have expatriate do it. She's going to take 2 damage, but not for too much longer. 3 to him, and 4 to each of these modules. Okay. Ooh. He hits the lowest 2 melee damage. That is this module healing it. Oh yeah, healing it for 3. Such a struggle. Insatiable charge again. Each other target 2 melee damage. Heals them all back up. Doesn't destroy any of our stuff. Now he destroys a gun, and that guy hits the highest for 4 and 1. We need to get rid of him. We're starting to die. Oh, and you know what? I think somebody was supposed to heal. We'll say that was... Okay. Alright, Captain Cosmic can actually do stuff now. I think he's going to play a cosmic weapon on himself. It's not going to last very long, but we have some stuff we need to kill. Like this guy. Okay, I'm going to put a Retinal Aug on Captain Cosmic. Probably not going to use it, but he can play an extra card now. So now he's dealing 3 base damage with his power. Yeah, he'll go ahead and hit this. Should be able to get rid of that this round. Shotgun. Murder Hobo. Let's see. Oh yeah, he took a damage. Takes 2 damage. So 3 damage to the Aug. 3 to this thing, which is actually 4. 3 to Swarm Eater. I'm liking this idea. Bloodbath. Discard up to 3 cards. He's got 2. I'm getting rid of him. Deals 2. He deals each non-hero target X melee damage, where X is the number of cards discarded. So that's 2 to Swarm Eater, and 3 to each of these. And then he can use the Bowie knife, or no, actually he can use OSI training and take control of that module. So now, instead of taking damage when we use powers, we +1 damage. Oh my god. This is where the tide of the game will turn. And admittedly, like I said, this is a really strange game to be playing Swarm Eater in, because the environment nerfs half of what he does. But he gets to draw 2 cards. Okay. Security station heals back to full. That's going to take some serious killing. Alright, artificial gravity. Reduce all hero damage by 1. Okay, well, so that's going to come into play with its 9 hit points, immediately reducing everyone's damage, but Expatriate can still hit it for 3, and not 4. End of turn, this hits Swarm Eater for 3. Each player may draw a card. Somebody heals 3, that'll be Expatriate. Somebody can use a power. How about Expatriate? Let's see. Shotgun 4. +1 from the Muscle Aug, +1 from that. Okay, Expatriate uses her shotgun and takes control of this module. So now we really do have a +1. Reduce all villain damage by 1. Oh, that's ridiculous, and I love it. Okay, start of the villain turn, he hits the lowest for 2. That is the cosmic weapon. Play a card. There's play. Hits the target other than himself with the lowest HP for 3. That's cosmic weapon. Captain Cosmic gets to do 2 damage to 3 things. Let's see what this is first. Jumper Aug. Reduce damage dealt to this card by non-villain cards by 1. Then the villain turn, this card deals the 2 hero targets the lowest HP, 2 melee damage each. Its absorb is reduced damage dealt to Swarm Eater by 1. Okay. So, Captain Cosmic will hit Swarm Eater and the Nano Mutant, and he'll hit this for 3. Maybe we can take that out this round. End of turn. He destroys a gun. Fine. This hits the 2 hero targets the lowest HP for 1 melee damage each. That's Captain Cosmic and Brock. And that's it. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and play the Energy Bracer on Captain Cosmic, because it's kind of necessary. Actually, he can play 3 cards this round. Autonomous Blade on Expatriate, and then with his power, he will play the Cosmic Crest. And gives him something to lose. Draw a card. Alright, what do we got? Now I'm going to do Cyber Integration. Destroy the number of augments. When the augment is destroyed this way, the hero next to it regains 3 hit points. That's why I gave him that one. He'll Captain Cosmic. And then, so he's down to 2 base damage. He'll go ahead and hit this thing for 4. If we can't take that out, draw a card. What I wouldn't give for an unload. Submachine Gun. Pride. And then, yeah, there's only 3 targets, so I might as well stick with the Assault Rifle. So that's 4 base damage to him, 3 to the Jumper, 5 to the Module. Wow. Draw a card. Gruesome Murder. Brock Sampson deals a target 3 melee damage. That'll be 4, 5 to this thing. That'll work. You may discard a card. If you do, another target deals itself 2 psychic damage. I'm actually not going to do that. I'll go ahead and use OSI training, so it's 2, 3, 4 damage to this module. Finally stop healing itself. In the environment turn, this card deals 1 energy damage to all villain targets. Yeah, we're gonna win this, I think. And he draws 2 cards. Very nice. I don't think there are any start of effects. I think all the start of effects are if they're locked, and end of effects are if they're unlocked. Operations, sealed module. First thing we do is hit it for 4 damage. Stripes. Air trigger reflexes, 4 damage. The start of the environment turn, play the top card from the environment deck, restore 3 HP to all system malfunction denied stacks. Okay, that needs to go. End of turn, hit Swarm Eater for 3. Player may draw a card. 1 hero regains 3 HP, that'll be Brock. It does 1 energy damage to all villain targets, that will just be Swarm Eater. 1 hero may use a power. Oh, you know what? I forgot about the Autonomous Blade. We'll just have that hit Swarm Eater. That was from her turn. So yeah, we'll have Expatriate use a power. Really care about that. Shotgun, 4, 5, 6 damage to Swarm Eater, and the Autonomous Blade will hit him for another 3. Oh my god. That's it. Alright, he hits the lowest for 1 melee damage. That will be the Cosmic Crest. Plays a card. It's a Subterran Aug. That needs to die. And he hits the lowest for 2 melee damage, which is the Cosmic Crest. Okay, and then he destroys a gun, which we care about. That hits the 2 lowest for 1 melee damage each, so that takes out the Cosmic Crest. Captain Cosmic can do 2 damage to 3 different things. How about Swarm Eater and this Nano Mutant, and 3 damage to this guy. That will also hit the Autonomous Blade, I guess. He acts at the start of the villain turn. Okay, Cosmic Weapon on himself, and he'll use that to take out the Subterran Aug. Rapid Prototyping. Draw 2 cards. Play a number of Augs from your hand. Vascular Aug, we'll put that on Brock. So he can heal even more and murder even more. So his base damage is back up to 3. 5 to Swarm Eater. This game's not going to last much longer. Oh, did I say I wanted an unload? I think I did. Okay, it's all over right now. Let's see. Tactical Shotgun, 4, 5, 6 to Swarm Eater. Autonomous Blade hits him for 3. And of course I had to use this power first to bring back Pride. We'll go ahead and use the Assault Rifle, so that's 4 to Swarm Eater, and 3 to this, and 5 to that. And then, oh, how about the Submachine Gun doing 3 damage to everything? So we take control of this just because I want to. In the environment turn, move 3 HP from any system malfunction card to its granted stack, 2 damage to this thing, and she takes out Swarm Eater. Because, okay, to be perfectly honest, this environment is really fun. It's a really neat way to implement this idea, but it is a little bit too in favor of the heroes. Like, you know, that should maybe do 2 damage. This should be 1 player can draw a card. This could be increase damage dealt by the hero with the highest HP by 1. You know, there are ways to do things like that, following in Freedom Tower's footsteps. This is a little ridiculous, but it doesn't change the fact that it's neat. I like it, and it's, you know, it's one of the really old environments that D-Smail made, and despite that, it's really cool. Except for that 1 card. When I forgot to mention, you can find Odyssey Station on Stuffalo's DLC. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. As always, Tabletop Simulator, the Reavers, Sentinels, and Cauldron DLC, and Adelphophage's Archives, and Stuffalo's community-created decks DLC are not licensed Great Games products. Please support the official release and flip.